So I'm doing this thing where I see, and I'm already acting awkward because I don't normally do this. I probably haven't made an actual YouTube video or like sat and recorded myself in like a year or so. But anyways, I I have a friend who she recently got she recently turned 20 and got baptized, and her reasoning for doing so was that she always thought she had to, wait for the perfect moment. And she just decided the perfect moment is now. Like, why wait for the perfect moment when the perfect moment is this present moment? And I really loved that. I thought that was really beautiful. And so I'm here. The perfect moment is now, and I'm not perfect, but neither are you. And we're here doing this together. And I hope this mic is not, I hope this works, because I've seen people do this. But yeah, now is as a good a time as any, and I'm here sitting at a job that I work at, and I'm just existing. I've been existing for the past going on 24 hours now, and I am here, and I'm happy that you're here as well. But my name is Rachel Catherine, as a lot of you know me by, and that's kind of the funny thing, is that some of you may be here and know very well who I am, and others may not. So, hi, hello, my name is Rachel Catherine, and I'm here doing a thing, being me, creating something, doing something, speaking, and being existing. So, yeah, I'm just gonna speak what's on my mind. But yeah, I'm working here. I'm a pet sitter, and so a lot of the work I do is freelance, which is so great a majority of the time. But I have been pretty much on the run for the past 3.5 weeks. In the past month, I've probably spent a total of probably less than a week collectively at my apartment. I moved to Portland in early June 2nd, and I don't want to say that I've reached like a stalemate, because that's not a thing. We are humans in a fast-moving society, so stalemates don't exist for us emotionally creative, diverse, and intellectual people. But yeah, I am exhausted, and I've been on the run between work and family commitments and vacation commitments that I purposely put myself in, because one of the guiding words that I chose for myself for 2024 was repose, which to my knowledge means intentional rest and relaxation, and intentionally going out of your way to take care of and honor the rest that your body needs. So that is something. And yeah, it's kind of funny, because normally so often, more often than not, I am, rehearsing things that I want to say in my head out loud. I will like write speeches in my head about, this, that, and the other thing. And I'm like, are you okay? Like, what's going on here, bestie? What's cracking? And yeah, see, no thoughts in the brain. but there is also so many thoughts in the brain, so you're really just, you never know what you're gonna get. That was a stupid decision. Yeah. I find myself in moments like these where I'm speechless because my brain is just constantly moving, so much so that when it actually tries to stop and slow down and think of a talking point, they no longer exist. They vanish. They go up into thin air. But I guess I'll talk a little bit more about why my friend, why her mission of getting baptized resonated with me so much. I went to a death cafe last week, which is essentially a community event that's, hosted however annually means year. However, what's the word I'm looking for? However often they choose to meet. They have death cafes all over the world, and essentially you just gather with strangers and you talk about death and dying and macabre things. And I had in my notebook here, let me pull some of these talking points out, because I told this to my therapist, I have never so frequently returned back to something in my everyday life than I have after going to Death Cafe. So relevant, absolutely incredibly relevant. I don't even know where to start. And, I tried discussing these things. Oh, the camera's a little shaky. Sorry. I tried discussing these things with, friends of mine and family members who, didn't entirely get it. But there's humor and kindness and knowledge in death. And it's when we slow down and really think about these things, and we think about dying and how we plan on experiencing death, that we really get to understand how we understand and experience life, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. And that was something that I believe it was an older gentleman had mentioned at this death cafe was, I think it was an older woman, but they said, how an individual experiences and thinks about death is how they view their own relationship with it. And I don't want to have any regrets when I die. And long story short, I've had a very weird and complicated experience and history with death growing up. I'm 21 now, but I used to have a twin sister, and she died when we were about a year and a half. But as a kid, my mom used to scrapbook a lot, and after she died, for years after that, for as long as I can remember, I would look back on those scrapbooks like picture books. And I think that really fundamentally screwed something up for me. It's nothing I regret or have disdain for now, but it was transformative for me in those developmental years, all of a sudden just having, your teammate, your soulmate, your twin flame, your person gone, and but not even having the intellectual capacity or the verbiage to talk about or explain or think about those things. It really did some damage, and I've addressed those things over the past few years, and in ways I've gotten better about it, but in other ways it's made me think about the world in a different way. And I don't necessarily think that it's bad, but it can affect my... I feel like it occasionally affects my ability to empathize with people, because my view of death is so... It's harsh in the sense that... It's harsh in the sense that it is blunt, I guess. Like, we are humans, we have a life, we experience that life, we grow old, we die. And personally, I'm in the favor of reincarnation, but for a lot of people, death is super, super sensitive. And I think I find myself judging those people maybe too harshly, because I see them as weak in a weird way, which makes me sound like a total asshole. I understand that. But like, for example, here's another thing that I'm equating, and I have ADHD brain, so you're gonna have to like all over the place. I'm currently reading Call Me by Your Name, and something that I had written down was that I really think that Elio's character, the main character, he is aroused by fear. Fear turns him on, and in a sick way, me as well. Like, there's something exciting and invigorating and life-giving about the sense of mystery and unknown, that, things can change, things can end so quickly. And I don't know, that gets me going. And I also don't know how I just connected those two things. But all that is to say, I think that death is just another part of the cycle that we go through in life. And when we die, it's almost like, a graduation. We're going to the next step. And I don't think it's a bad thing. And death doesn't always have to be like the end of a life either. It can be the end of an era, the end of, you move. I guess what I'm saying is I've experienced a lot of death in small niche indirect ways over the past couple months, and I quickly had to adapt and realize and come to terms with that death and dying is not bad. It can be very good, frankly, and therapeutic and beautiful. And when my friend was getting baptized, her institution played a video that she had recorded and filmed, and I was just so proud of her for taking those steps, because gosh, I've known her for maybe a little over a year now, and the growth that I've seen in her is tremendous. So there was a lot of pride there, but also she just spoke so eloquently and wisely about change and accepting that the perfect moment is now, and it will always be now, forever and always. And girl had me sobbing, had me crying. And so I just feel like now I remember my point, because I was talking about how people experience death. My point is that if you give in, if you trust in the process that we are humans and that we die, you will learn to not be so afraid of it anymore, and therefore you can do things that scare you, that you may be fearful of. And I just like, this is also, side note, sidetrack, this is a really damn good book. The movie's great too. I've seen it about 1,000,000 damn times, but the book, this is where it's at, okay? The prose that this guy writes in, incredible. Fucking incredible. But the perfect moment is now, and death doesn't have to be scary, and change is beautiful, and you are beautiful, and like I said, the perfect moment is now, and I am just so grateful for where I am and the person that I've become, and I am just so eager. Oddly enough, though I've been dealing with so much change and so much death the past couple months, I'm eager for more. I'm actually actively seeking it out. I just spent the entire morning planning out all the tattoos that I want to get all over my body, and things I want to do with my hair and my lifestyle and my money and my job and my social life and da-da-da-da-da. So change and death and dying is beautiful. Seek it out, because you never know what will happen, and I love you so much, and the perfect moment is now, and I hope to see you all soon. So, goodbye.